Bro, these.
Oh, we get to watch.
Bye. Why do those doors gotta slam like that? Y'all, this moth just laid its babies on the window. But anyway, that was not supposed to be the intro, but it became the intro. So I was coming on here to tell y'all, my YouTube family. So I was doing this TikTok, right? Actually, I did 2 of them. I was doing a TikTok for the Dr. Pepper tuition contest, right? And the first one that I did, I only read the rules and like the guidelines on TikTok. I didn't go to the website and read it. So I did the first video earlier, and then I made a voiceover over it to talk and everything. But then after I submitted the first one, I read the online website rules and official, like the guidelines and what they're going to be judging on, basically, because you always got to read the rubric so you can make sure you get the assignment right, okay? Which I keep learning that after I do what I'm supposed to do, so I know that for next time to read the rubric beforehand. So after I read the rubric, I realized that the part about how you can use this how you can benefit from the intuition being like paid, getting the scholarship, basically. How would it affect you? And I didn't say anything about that in the first one. The first one, I told them how old I was, who I was, my major, and like my background, which was, I graduated in 2020 type stuff during the coronavirus, which I feel like, honestly, anybody that says that, like, you should have a clear picture of what that should be like. But I didn't say like, oh, I would benefit from this scholarship because, I'm a low-income, independent 20-year-old who was homeless at 19 and went through a whole shebang, like a whole thing, like y'all know, because the people who actually know my story from my YouTube channel that, watch it, because I already talked about it hella times. I didn't say that. Oh, I didn't say any of that. I just said that I graduated during the pandemic. And so then I was like, oh, let me make the second one. But then I realized that it said you can only enter one time. And then it was saying that any extra, hey, I know her. Any extra entries were like going to be like disregarded or whatever. But it did say in parentheses, per the sponsor, which means that they, of course, would probably watch it and then be like, oh, okay, so we'll take this one. Probably like, if you redo an assignment and whichever score you got the highest on, that's the one they take type stuff, hopefully. But anyway, it makes me want to do another one because I didn't really talk about how the scholarship would benefit me. It was only supposed to be like 15 to 60 seconds, and that's kind of hard to put everything into like 60 seconds because I could have been like, yeah, so step 1, I was homeless. I'm independent right now. Yeah, I went through a whole bunch I could really go in and go like hours and hours and hours like my YouTube has. But I did let them know on both of them, like, you can go to my YouTube channel if you want to know more, because it's very detailed on YouTube. But yeah, this is like the what is that called? Buyer's remorse. It's like that, except for I didn't buy anything. And it's like, you know how like if you have an argument with somebody and then for some reason later on during a day you think of something that you should have said and then you redo the whole like scenario in your head and like argue again and say what you wanted to say, but you can't say it, you can't redo it, basically. It's kind of like that. But yeah, I was just thinking about that. I was like, ooh. So I did 2 entries. Well, I did 2 videos. One of them, the second one was more laid back and not as like, the second one's laid back because I was literally where I'm at right now. And somebody walked, those people actually, 2 of them, they walked through at the end and kind of like my train of thought like went zzz, and I was like, you know what? Let me just get to the point. Because 60 seconds is just like, get to the point. And I keep seeing 444. And that's a good sign because that means my spirit guides and my ancestors and God and Jesus and the universe, they're all protecting me and they're watching over me, and that this is probably a good thing that I'm doing, which obviously it is. I have never, which let me not even say it like that, knock on wood, but ever since I was in high school, I was applying for scholarships. Not so many, and not really knowing what I'm doing anyway, to be honest, other than following the guidelines. But I never ever heard anything back from anything ever. So I always when I was in my funk during the last year of my high school year, which I felt was ruined, I felt like my life was ruined around that time, which now that I'm 2 years later and deep into it, it was the best thing that ever could have happened for me to grow, and to have a backbone, actually. Instead of just in my mind, it's actually me doing it on the outside now. But anyway, so that was like one of the craziest times of my life, and that was like one of the deadliest times. And it was so crazy because you want to know what I was thinking about this morning? I was at my OBGYN and I was sitting on this table waiting for her. I'm undressed from the bottom like you're supposed to be. And for some reason, my mind needed to heal. My body, my soul needed to heal from when I was a preteen. I tried to commit suicide, and I had put the experience behind me and not heal from it, not acknowledged it. I didn't acknowledge it and I didn't internalize it, but I just put it behind me and I moved forward, because that's what people who are hurting, that's what they do. But my soul needed to heal from that this morning. So I had to repent. I had to repent for my sins because I really tried to kill myself. I'll tell y'all the story. So when I was 13 or maybe even 12, I was really depressed. I was really, really depressed, and I was going through a lot. And I feel like this was the very start of why I had my spiritual awakening when I was 18, because it was like the same circumstances. It was my sister and my mom, and my sister just kept turning my mom against me, and she would so easily turn against me. So it was very heartbreaking, like literally all my life, heartbreaking. Because my mom was a single parent and I was the oldest of 6 kids. Hi, Anna. Hi. Good evening. You too. Thank you. Thank you. But I should have said that. I should have said that part. That's my story. Literally, it was the most traumatic thing ever. And I'm not saying my mom wasn't a good mom, because I actually am contemplating deleting a whole bunch of videos that I did when I was in my feelings, when I first started my YouTube channel and was in my feelings about everything, because I don't ever want to bash my mom. I don't ever want to have only a negative persona out there about my mom, especially because I know my channel has a lot of subscribers now, and it's only going to become more because I'm not going to stop. But yeah, it was the most traumatic thing ever happening to me. Being the oldest of a single parent household of 6 kids, back to back to back to back, literally. It was traumatizing. It was very traumatizing. I didn't have the chance to actually be a kid and to think for myself. Not think for myself, but to think only of myself and focus on my life and stuff. But I was in the OBGYN and I had to repent because I internalized the fact that I tried to end my life, and my soul have a purpose in life, and I tried to commit suicide. I took so many pills. I didn't even know what they were. They were just in the closet, and they was just stacked up of no one, whatever. I took literally all of the pills that I could find in the cabinet, and I made sure, so intentionally too at the time, to mix every pill that I could find in there. I found all of them, whichever ones was repetitive, I put them down and kept one of them, and then I mixed the pills, and I literally tried to do it. Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good seeing you.
You too. But yeah, I took those pills, and I really thought I was gonna end my life, and not try because I did it. Literally, I threw up for 24 hours straight. And I remember it was, I don't want to continue to, I hate when I tell my stories and when I think about reality, because my mom really is like a monster in my story. But I love her so much, and I know she loves me, but it's just like a lot of stuff in all reality that happened. But she was so mad at me that she didn't even care. She didn't even know. She literally didn't even know. I remember because I did this too before. This was when I was like 14 or 15 or something. You can't see it, I don't think. But I had stitches because I did it. It's probably good that you can't see it. Don't try to commit suicide, guys. It's not, y'all can't see it. Hold up. Oh, maybe I should do it like this. Can y'all see that? Do y'all see that? Yeah, I had stitches. But anyway, that was way later on. So this, back to the pill story, when I was 12 or 13. She literally didn't even care. I was literally, even though I didn't tell her, like, oh, Mom, I tried to kill myself. I'm throwing up horribly because I took hella pills out of your closet. But at the same time, it's like, it was hella shit going on. So she told me to close the door because I was throwing up, right? And I'm the type of person, I don't throw up. I don't even take pills. That's probably why in my life right now it's so hard for me to take pills, because I tried to overdose myself and kill myself with pills. And yeah, my body is like, no, bitch, don't take them pills. What are you doing? You're trying to kill us. And I'm not. And that's why I had to repent, because I would never, ever, ever in my life, ever again. I don't care what. I would never try to kill myself ever again. Even this when I did this a few years later, because when I was throwing up and I was repenting and throwing up at the time, I was like, God, please heal me, please make this stop, I won't do it no more, I'm so sorry, all you know how you be. And I was still depressed. I never got a chance to heal myself. I never got the opportunity to even talk about it or like do anything about it at that time. So a few years later, like I'm saying, I did do this cut right here, even though when I did the cut, it wasn't to kill myself. I wasn't like intentionally, like how the pills was intentionally like I want to kill myself type stuff. I didn't want to kill myself then. I was just so frustrated because my mom and my sister literally kept lying to my mom, like she literally have this like false reality. And I hate this about life, and this is why I have so much integrity, because I don't like people messing with reality. Don't lie. She literally took and spun reality to my mom and made my mom hate me and our other sister too at the same time, which when I even talk about mine, I just pray for my sister, the one that's younger than me, because honestly, her story was even way worse than mine, because I had a little bit, I'm smart, so I was the oldest, so I had like a little backbone, a little bit of, say so and everything. But literally everything that was happening, it just was like crazy. But the time that I cut my wrist, I didn't even try to. I didn't even think it was going to connect to my skin. I literally didn't even think that was what was going to happen. It just happened so fast in my frustration of my sister lying to my mom and my mom literally believing her and turning against me and like saying the craziest things and doing like the craziest things just because my other sister made her believe a false reality that was never true. And it was so much of like a little snowball turning into a big thing, because it was years of it happening. It was so many years of it happening, to the point where it's like, at this point in the part of life that I'm in right now, it's like you can't even undo it. You can't even heal it. You can heal it, because I'm healing it. Definitely, when I tell y'all how much I'm healing, how much I have healed in the last 2 years, it's amazing and it's great. And I'm very grateful for the mercy that God has had on my life and my salvation. But it's just like so much that for my mom, it's like her whole reality of everything was all fucked up because of my sister. My sister really she did the opposite of the Rumpelstiltskin or whatever it's called. She took gold and turned it into straw, because me and my mom had a really good relationship. I really love my mom, but my sister really messed it up, and my mom let her, and I couldn't do anything about it. And that was like one of the biggest things that's the biggest thing in my life. I tell y'all, when I had my spiritual awakening, it was really like an awakening like to that. And it was like literally, y'all are horrible. Y'all are so evil. Literally. But yeah, that just turned to craziness really fast. But yeah, I had to repent for that today. It's crazy how much stuff can happen in a day. But I was in the OBGYN repenting for trying to kill the beautiful person that I am, the beautiful person that I was born to become. Like, I literally tried to stop her story. I tried to end her story just like everybody else. And literally, I feel so bad because now that I'm older and more wise and have more knowledge and have more coping mechanisms and skills like that, everything just could have been so much different. Everything could have been so much different for today if back then it would have been better. It would have been easier. But I know one thing, I will never ever do that again in life, ever again. Life, literally, if you think about life as a game or as I don't even know what, but like a game, basically. Like, you shouldn't never let your emotions or anybody else's emotions, like, make something of you. It shouldn't make you do or not do anything. Because in all reality, anything is possible. Life is whatever you make it. You can do anything in life as long as you do it. As if you do it, you do it. If you don't do it, then it never happens. That's why I don't like to hear the no's. I don't like to hear why not. Because it only takes one person to find out how for it to be possible. And that's my life goal. I want to find out all the hows and teach everybody else. Like, and I'm an Aquarius, and that's what I'm supposed to do, and that's amazing. But I just want to help people. I just want to help people who possibly will go through or have been through the things that I've been through, because I've learned a lot from my salvation. And I want everybody else to feel salvation too, because life is beautiful. Life is really beautiful, especially in the fall time. Fall is beautiful. Nature is beautiful. We was tie-dyeing, so that's why my hands look like this. That's why I'm so glad I did my first video when I did it, because I'm saying, like, both of the videos, like, basically have the same amount of information, except for, like, the second one I more put in there, like, oh, I would benefit from the tuition. I didn't get to elaborate. Like I said, when they had walked through the doors, it kind of took my train off of thought, and I had like 5 seconds gone because I was like trying to regroup my thoughts and what I was saying. But if I did win the tuition, I said the intuition. If I did win the scholarship for tuition, like I'm saying, I would be definitely going to the best law school. I would be going to first off, I would move hella quick from where I'm at right now, because actually, no, not hella quick, because I'm in the middle of a semester. So I would finish out my semester. But I don't like being cold. And I know that they have bad winters. Well, not super, super bad, but like they have bad enough winters here. I do not want to experience winter ever again. Like, I don't like winter. I need to go to the East Coast. I mean, the West Coast, not the East Coast. Ill, not the East Coast. Not ill in a bad way, but like, no. I do not want to go to the East Coast. I'll visit the East Coast. I'll vacation in the East Coast, but no, I want to be in the West Coast because I want it to be warm. Like, I want to be like in Arizona, or like, I've never been to California. I've been to Arizona once and it was pretty. So I like Arizona. The only thing about the West Coast is I don't want to see no snakes. I don't want to be nowhere near the snakes, literally. In Florida, I saw so many lizards. Yeah, it was wild. But yeah, what I would do with the tuition, especially if I was like the grand prize winner, I would move. I would do exactly what my heart is wanting to do right now in life, but I can't do it because I don't have the means to do that right now. But I would move across the country, settle down there on the West Coast, and I would go through with my dreams. Like, I have the game plan, I have the plot. I just need the tool. I need the support. But yeah, so I would go to the West Coast, go to school there. Definitely, like I said, I'm going to law school, definitely gonna be a lawyer. But I also want to be an actress. So I'm gonna be like, that's gonna be like my free time stuff. I'm gonna be like auditioning for movies. And especially if I'm on the West Coast, you're gonna see me in a movie, watch. Or a TV show first. I don't know which one's gonna be first, but one of them's gonna be first, obviously. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. I would move and start my dreams and set my foundation. I cannot wait to have a house, like a home, a stable home. Like, I do not want to live in an apartment. I want a home that I can call my home and have like that foundation in life. Right now, I don't feel that, and I don't feel safe, and I don't feel stable. Even though I'm thankful for how stable I am, I just know that my goal is to be very stable. And that is for me to have a home, to have a car, because I don't have a home and I don't have a car. I have a place to live because I have an apartment. But I want the stability of everything, especially because after I leave school, I'm going to have to do that anyway. That's going to be a priority anyway. So it's a priority now too. And I want it now because then I don't have to want it later, and I can focus on other things later because I have it already. If I had a car and a house already, then I could focus on everything else that I need to do in life, which would be the legacy that I'm supposed to create in life, you know? But like I said, I am grateful because right now I have an apartment, and also I have a bus pass so I can get on the city bus anytime that it's running and do what I need to do. Actually, right now I'm gonna go paint downstairs because I'm at school still. Dang. I'm at school. They're doing like student life painting downstairs, and I am a very good painter. Oh, I didn't even tell them that I was an artist. Yeah, y'all go watch my videos. Don't watch Carnival because I started getting a little loony in it, but it turned out to be a really good painting though. But I got really frustrated during that painting. But yeah, I didn't even get to tell them that I was a freaking painter. I'm an artiste. Yeah. Actually, I low-key might go because I see the city bus right now. It's 5:30, dang. Okay, I'm finna go. I'm probably gonna go paint, but I don't know, I might get on this bus depending if they can take me all the way home. If they can't take me all the way home, then I'm staying at school. But yeah, have a good day, guys.